guys, Logan here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys another 2019 movie review. This time I'm going to be reviewing The Farewell, directed and written by Logan. I think that's her name. I apologize if I messed her name up. But this film stars Awkwafina as the character of Billi, who is a headstrong Chinese-American woman that returns to China when her beloved grandmother is given a terminal diagnosis. And Billi struggles with her family's decision to keep Grandma in the dark about her own illness as they all stage an impromptu wedding to see Grandma one last time. This movie was great. I love it. It's one of the best films I have seen from last year, and that's really saying a lot because I have not watched A24 movies all that much. Latest one I've seen was not too long ago, Midsummer. Which I like it, but I wouldn't really see myself watching again, at least based on how difficult it is for me to watch. But here, this movie is different. This is a movie that actually made me feel emotional, and that it actually gave me the feels, and also made me feel for Awkwafina's character, which, by the way, let me say this. Awkwafina knocked it out of the park with this movie. You know, her performance, her acting, her line delivery, and the emotion that she has displayed throughout this film's entire runtime, especially in one scene where she was, you know, getting off her chest, the emotions that she felt towards her mother. It was a very great scene, and just basically how she feels with not only what she was told that her grandmother is dying, but also because of the fact that that her family wanted to keep that a secret from her grandmother, and started finding certain ways to, you know, have members of the family and sometimes friends of the family, you know, spend more time with her grandma, knowing that those quality times will be some of the last quality times that they will ever spend with her before her grandma dies. And just the idea of, you know, keeping a secret from a particular member of a family, from knowing that they will die at some point later on, and just feeling like it's not worth it, or that it's not really easy to do, and that it's best not to tell them, and just let this one person live out their lives, and just not tell them of, you know, that they're not going to live for much longer. It really made me shocked, in a good way. It really made my eyes wide open, and combine that with Awkwafina's character her reaction to her family wanting to keep that a secret from her grandma. Also made her shocked, and made her confused, and made her upset about it. But she kept her composure and wanted to, and did her best to try to keep that a secret from her, while also spending times with her grandma. You know, spending her last few moments with her grandma, just having some good times with her, even when she knows that those moments will be some of the last that she'll ever spend with her grandma. And so those are like some of the most hard-hitting emotional beats that I have ever felt in a particular film, and that's rare. I've rarely seen a film that does things like that, where it made me feel emotional for a character about a particular member of their families feeling that way. The cinematography, the look, the feel, and just the atmosphere of this movie was really breathtaking, and was really refreshing to see. Rarely do we have films in which they look so beautiful, and also I also want to say this movie is actually funny. I didn't think that we have films like this in which it has a story about a particular person learning about, you know, a member of his or her family dying from some sort of a cancer or stroke, and just the fact that his or her family keeping that a secret from from his or her grandparent. And while it was really serious for the most part, there was some levity added to this movie. There was certain moments that were actually funny, and I never expected that. And I thought the movie did a really good job at balancing both the seriousness and the humor within it, and it really meshed both of those things pretty well. And one quick personal story that I wanted to say from myself. My grandmother, who I loved for a very long time and have been growing up loving, she had complications not so long ago. She started having dementia and other types of complications, especially within her own body, mostly her leg. Now, she had something within her leg. I can't remember if it was either a blood clot, a tumor, or something similar to any of those two, but she had something in her leg that had to be taken out, and our surgery was required to take it out. And gratefully, the surgery was a complete success, and my grandmother is still alive and well, and just still kicking. And I'm very happy with the fact that she's still on planet Earth, and that I get to spend more and more quality times with her before, she passed away at some point in her life. That is how I felt throughout this entire film, and mostly this movie made me feel for Awkwafina's character, just how she feels about the fact that her grandmother is not going to live much longer. I really relate with her character, and I can only imagine feeling that exact same way of how she feels when if something like this happened to my grandmother. I can only imagine feeling that same way that Awkwafina felt. The speeches within the wedding ceremony scenes, they really felt like they needed to be cut shorter, or even be cut out of the film entirely, because even though it's nice to see that some of the characters had to deliver speeches, the speeches during that wedding ceremony for one particular person didn't really mean that much, and they don't really add much to the story and the emotional standpoint that this movie made. But outside of that, this movie is actually really good. I highly recommend it. One of the best films I have seen from last year. It's just really great, and it really got me to the feels and made me feel related with Awkwafina's character when it came to her grandmother, which is something that films nowadays have been kind of lacking. I am going to give The Farewell a gold medal of honor. So anyway, guys, that is my review for The Farewell. My next 2019 movie review will be for Crawl. It will be up sometime later this week, so stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it that like button to click, and if you'd like to see future videos from me, make sure to press up there to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that bell icon so that you'll get notified about my latest videos. Have a great day, and as always, fight the good fight.